Hello, my name is Peace Adam and I will be presenting on an article featured in Spiegel Online, Europe's biggest and Germany's most influential weekly magazine. The title of the article is The Price of Green Energy. Is Germany killing the environment to save it? And was written by Spiegel staff members Ralph Best, Max Biederbeck, Manfred Dworshak, Georg Schneidler, and Gerald Trauveter. Through my analysis of the article in this presentation, not only will I explain the internal battle within the environmentalist movement and give rise to the current discourse and policies that shape Germany's current and future interaction with its environment, but also connect it to the fifth word of our class, Umwelt. To begin, it is important that we ensure that we have a solid understanding of Umwelt and its meaning. Umwelt directly translates to environment. However, beyond its literal translation, it also provides a broader platform to engage with how humans and other organisms interact with their environment and their surroundings, and how this influences how they see the world itself. Thus, Umwelt becomes a fundamental lens through which we can navigate the pertinence of this article and the issues it presents. Now that we have a solid understanding of Umwelt, I will provide some guiding background information that will help to give context to the current division between the nature conservationists and the proponents of the Energiewende. We will begin by explaining Energiewende. Energiewende essentially means Germany for energy transition. It was launched by the Germany Chancellor Angela Merkel in June 2011 in response to the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster in Japan. The policy's aim is to shut down all nuclear power plants by 2022 by turning to use more green renewable energy. This article argues that it is these policies which have promoted the rapid industrialization of large areas of land at the expense of natural reserves and the animals and species who inhabit them that are forcing a wedge between ecologists and green energy supporters. This division has even emerged and shaken things up along political lines, causing the Greens to become pro-industrialization and the more conservative CDUs to become nature conservationists. This can be best exemplified in a statement from Robert Habeck, a leader of the Greens in the northern state of Schleswig-Holstein, who became its Energiewende minister in June 2012, the first person in Germany to hold that title. He says, in quote, "We Greens have suddenly also become an infrastructure party that pushes energy projects forward, while on the other side, the classic CDU clientele is taken to the barricades. It's just like it was 30 years ago, only with reversed roles." What does this political change in Green Party identity mean for Germany? As the Green Party starts to take up a more prominent position in the German political landscape, it could mean a German future where the protection and conservation of natural German landscape is pushed to the back burner, especially seeing as though the Green Party and the Social Democratic Party, their center-left counterparts, together govern a number of Germany's 16 federal states. With this in mind, it is of no surprise that the public discourse about the energy transition plan is still dominated by its supporters, including many environmentalists who want to see the expansion of renewable energies at any price. This ultimately has forced ecologists to come out and voice their opposition to this pro-renewable energy at any cost movement, as they no longer can accept a Germany where intensive clear-cutting of forests for increased supply of biomass energy from eco-friendly and climate-neutral wood will release 1,000 metric tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, where huge windmills are being erected in nature conservation areas, and where dangerous magnetic field power lines are being run underground near elementary schools and through a drinking water protection area, amongst many other atrocities to the natural environment and its inhabitants. Under the guidance of Umwelt, we can see that this divide and difference in prioritization can be seen in the different sides interaction with their physical environments. As discussed in class, there is this notion that being an environmentalist in Germany means being pro-human intervention to save it, a notion that can be used to explain the pro-renewable energy, pro-industrialization side of the Energiewende supporters. However, there also exists an interaction between some Germans and their physical surroundings, in which there is a love and admiration for a natural Germany, one that exists without the disturbances of human intervention. It is this interaction that gives rise to the nature conservationist movement. It is through this lens of Umwelt that we can see how the difference in relations between Germans and their surroundings can cause such dissension in the German environmentalist movement.